which will take us on to Birds of Prey Manhunt issue 4, the conclusion to this 4-issue miniseries here by Chuck Dixon and Matt Haley on the art. So this is Catwoman and Huntress coming to the city, the plastic, or the no plastic city, I should say. The plastic-less, plastic-less city. And obviously Oracle trying to help where she can over the comms. Interesting idea here that, what's his name here, Braun, is actually a metahuman and has an ability where he can kind of predict all the moves you're about to make, because he hears kind of your thoughts, but only like the thoughts are about what you're about to do, from the sounds of it.
Yeah, and I think that is actually the crux of my biggest problem with this issue, is that it sets that up very early on and makes it very clear what it's doing, and then spends a good third half of the issue maybe kind of going, oh, well, what could it be that he can do? And I'm like, it's just there. And I feel like it takes so long to get to it that it's frustrating.
I think it's actually kind of weird that there was no hints for this in the previous issues. I don't remember any either. But
I don't recall.
Maybe there wasn't some of the action scenes where you can go back and then go, oh, I guess he was using that ability. Maybe that makes more sense now. But yeah, Shiva wants a piece of Black Canary because she recognizes her.
Yeah. I really liked how it established his ability early on.
Because he blocks Shiva.
Yeah, Shiva takes a swing and he just steps in and grabs her arm like it's nothing. And
it's one of those things where at first I'm like, wait, are they trying to sell me that he's a better fighter than Shiva? That's a bit far-fetched just to set up this asshole villain. But I like that almost immediately either Oracle or Canary say, wait a minute, Shiva's like the best fighter on the planet, one of the best fighters on the planet. This isn't right. How is he able to do that?
Yeah, I think that's my problem where we're so at here is that's, I don't know, early few pages. And then the very next page after he stops her, which it sells you as a threat. Because you go, okay, so he can stop Shiva, so he can probably stop any of the other fighters there as well. But the very next page, Babs is going, metahuman ability. And I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get it already. And it feels like it's so long in the issue then until the rest of the characters get there.
There's obviously some journeying with the other characters. Canary, I don't like how Canary tries to get a hit in, because she kind of like I just have to sort of not think about what I'm doing. Because later on, like that's how they do it. Is Oracle tells her what to do rather than actually her fighting herself. I like this running gag of Babs like doing random things as she's talking to them. Like she's like just out the shower at one point and she's like blow drying her hair as she's like talking to Catwoman.
It's this dichotomy of her being at home, kind of at home doing this relatively normal stuff, and the rest of them being out in danger. It's
been a running thing because she was like exercising or swimming in one of the other issues when she was talking to them. It's just been kind of a running gag throughout. But of course they get there and very quickly it becomes this giant fight where Shiva's involved fighting I think Catwoman, and Huntress is obviously in there, and he doesn't even remember who Huntress is, which really, of course, it pisses her off, as you'd expect.
Yep, pretty fairly.
So yeah, so the fight happens, but she does kick him in, or knee him in the nuts though. Yeah, and then this was the moment I was talking about where she sort of lets Babs kind of like tell her what to do rather than think about it herself. I like the idea that if he's not really paying attention, you can still surprise him. If you like sneak up behind him and just give him a whack, like you wouldn't be able to predict that because he's not really like listening for it.
Yeah, it's something that, in retrospect, bothers me a little about what happened with Shiva. In that, this is here, she's just saying, like Jabberwock, just think random things and kind of act on muscle memory to a point almost. And I'm like, wait, you're telling me Shiva thought about what she was gonna do, as opposed to just do it? Shiva of all people.
I mean, that's fair. I can't really fault that. Yeah, they are as solid as it's been. Bit cartoony.
Yeah, but there's no standout panels, good or bad. I think it's just really solid throughout. I do like the last page a lot though. Like with them riding away on the horses, I think that looks kind of great. Yeah,
they're riding away from the city as it's burning, and they're on horses because that was the only option they had, and that's the end of the story. Yeah. They beat win the fight. Shiva kind of smirks and vanishes into the flames because she's like, okay, but that was actually a pretty decent fight. I'll see more of you guys later. Basically,
that panel was pretty solid actually. Her in the flame.
Yeah, honestly, it's one of these weird things where I think as a miniseries on its own, it feels like it's just okay. It's not like there's some fun beats here or there. It's kind of like important by the context of being kind of the first proper Birds of Prey arc, but it's not actually obviously a standout story for them, I don't think.
Yeah, it's a fine story overall, and I think if it was just a random mini, you'd probably overlook it. In context of it clearly being a building block of this prototype of the Birds of Prey, as kind of like, well, we're kind of figuring it out, and we're almost there.
Yeah, if you're reading the thick trades for this, after this there's another couple of one shots, and then
Yes.
the actual ongoing series starts with the start of the second trade. So
Yeah, you have to tell me what those one shots are after
I
this.
am going to have to tell you because it's not entirely obvious. But yeah, no, I mean, I think it's an enjoyable enough read. But I think the best thing we've read from Birds of Prey so far was that first big one shot, that long oversized issue where Canary was just investigating that corrupt,
Yeah, that had a lot
Greenpeace guy.
more for it, and it hit a lot harder than we expected as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that said, though, I think the building of her relationship, like Babs and Dinah's relationship, is really sort of still been seeded throughout all these, and I like that that's still going.
Yeah, it feels like a continuity thread in the sense that, okay, when by the time we get to the Birds of Prey proper series, it feels like this is kind of, okay, they built this up over time. It's not out of nowhere, their relationship.